Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Kagam. Today we have a Louis Vuitton dragging video, honey. But before we get started, I wanted to quickly let you know, obviously I said I'm doing Vlogmas and I am doing it, but I'm really busy working as well. So I have to do a lot of batch filming. I have to film a bunch of videos together. So you're going to see another video with this makeup honey, with this hair and with this shirt, which by the way is a Ralph Lauren polo, okay? So please forgive me if that kind of stuff annoys you. I'm sorry, I have to do batch filming. I just don't have the time to film every single day, like alongside like my business and work and things which I have to do for my family and stuff. So I hope that's okay with you. It's very hot today. It's like 32 degrees Celsius. So if I sweat a little bit, you'll forgive me, okay? Let's get started with the dragging video. And the first story is from the Avenue Montaigne boutique. And here we go. This was my first trip to Paris and I wanted it to be memorable. So I visited the store with a purchase already in mind. I showed the assistant at the entrance I was interested and directed upstairs. Despite the store being relatively empty, I was not able to identify any staff, nor was I approached or offered any assistance to help me with my purchase. Eventually, I approached an employee who was playing around with some shoes and asked for help. I wasn't helped. I was told to go look for someone with an iPad. After 15 minutes of wandering around searching for this person, really I should have left by this point. We were finally approached by said person with this iPad. I noticed this assistant when we first went upstairs, but he had ignored us the whole time. I showed them what I was looking for and we were told to wait at the seating area. We were offered drinks by another staff member who gave us the impression we were offered drinks by another staff member, gave us the impression they were being inconvenienced by our presence. After 20 minutes, I was then approached by yet another staff member who asked what I was interested in. It became evident to me that communication amongst staff members is very poor. When it became apparent that I was about to make a purchase, only then was I treated with respect. I will not be visiting and spending any of my money again at this boutique. There are many other places around that will treat you with dignity and respect. So this is the Louis Vuitton boutique on the Avenue Montaigne in Paris in France. You know, I'm reading up a lot about Paris again because obviously I'm heading there. So a lot of my dragging stories are about the Parisian boutiques of all of your favorite luxury brands. I mean, first of all, I'm not surprised at all because I do think that in like luxury boutiques, they're just like, they just look at you, honey, and they judge your outfit, they judge your wig, they judge your hairstyle, they judge your shoes, they judge the bag you're buying, they judge the jewelry you're wearing. They're like, is this person going to spend money? Yes or no? Generally speaking, I feel like at Louis Vuitton, what you need to do, I obviously wasn't there with this person, so I don't know what happened. But I think what you need to do is you need to say point blank, I want to buy this. And I think that will get you good treatment versus walking in, being like, just looking around saying, oh, I want to look at something. I think you need to say, I would like to buy this particular item. For example, you walk into the Louis Vuitton Avenue Montaigne, what are you interested in? I would like to buy a capucine today. I think you really need to spell it out like that because I do think that they get a lot of people who are time-wasting clients. Obviously, this person was not a time-wasting client, you know, that they walked in. And normally this is quite strange. I showed an assistant at the entrance the item I was interested in and I was directed upstairs. That's quite strange because normally at Louis Vuitton's, at Louis Vuitton boutiques in France, there's a greeter at the entrance, and then you'll be like, hello, I'd like to, like I said, I would like to buy a Capucine, I'd like to buy a Dauphine, I'd like to buy a whatever, and then an essay will come and walk with you the whole time. When I was at the Champs-Élysées in January, the essay was with me the entire time. In fact, I'm going to contact him because I want to just like say, hey, I'm coming and I would like to buy some items and things like that. But I found this quite strange. I mean, I didn't go into the Avenue Montaigne Louis Vuitton, but I saw it many times when I was on the Avenue Montaigne. And every time I walked past it, it was absolutely rammed with clients, and there are a lot of people in there. So I do think there are a lot of people in there who are blowing a lot of cash buying things. So it's possible that if you walk in there saying you want to buy one small item, they're probably just going to be like, oh, whatever. And I hope that no one's offended by that. I bought small items when I went shopping, but I was treated well. However, I do think particularly when I went to the Champs-Elysees, I was like, I would like to buy the Louisa earrings today. I want to buy earrings from Louis Vuitton today, like fashion jewelry earrings. I feel like with Louis Vuitton, you really need to say it very directly that you want to buy something, and you really need to make it very directly. I think Louis Vuitton lost this dragging story. They treated this customer wrong, and the customer wasn't treated well, and they should have been attended to. But I bet you that they were just being judged on their outfit. Just based on my knowledge of the boutiques in France, Annie, they're probably just looking at her outfit thinking whatever, like, girl, bye, you're not gonna buy anything. The next tracking story is also from the Louis Vuitton at the Avenue Montaigne. The price is great compared to America. The VIP service was amazing. And then when we wanted to buy things, they treated us like dirt. We were begging to spend our money in the tens of thousands of euros. They make you feel like it's a privilege for them to accept your hard-earned cash, then belittle you after you give them the money. Who's the fool, the person belittling or the person being belittled? Go to Dior and Chanel, they treat you with dignity and respect. Well, first of all, Dior and Chanel, honey, get dragged on this channel, honey, so I don't know about that. But this was quite a strange dragging review to me. It's on the Google reviews page for the Louis Vuitton Avenue Montaigne, because normally when you spend money, that's when you are treated better because you're spending money. So I thought that was quite strange. Now let's talk about this one. This is a very interesting dragging review. My sister had an appointment at 1 p.m. I was with my mother and my niece. We waited for her for over 45 minutes before a representative met her. In that time, not a single person came over to us to offer us a drink. Even though they were offering to everyone else in the store, they only came over and offered us water after I'd asked one of the waiters why no one had come over to us. I'm not sure if it's because we are Black, American, or what. After I can't read minds, only actions. The Louis representative delayed my sister's appointment for over 45 minutes because she was helping another customer who ultimately did not purchase anything. Of course, after my sister made a significant purchase, they were very apologetic for the wait and the lack of customer service. By that time, though, it was clear what their true sentiments were. The store manager could have offered to find another SA for my sister once it became clear that the other SA would be taking a long time. She could have offered to help my sister if no one else was available, but the manager appeared wholly unbothered by this lapse in customer service. He goes on to say, we received much better service at Montclair. Perhaps the LV manager and SAs should go to Montclair Champs-Elysees and take a few notes from them. Okay, few things. First of all, you know how I feel about being profiled. Obviously, if they were profiled, that is horrific, and that should not have happened. Let's approach the story as if they hadn't been profiled, okay? I think that there are many things here that are wrong. First of all, generally speaking, if you make an appointment with them, you shouldn't be going in there to wait. Many of you shop at Big H and say, oh, when you get there for your appointment, the SA sometimes will tell you, oh, you need to wait, like I'm not free. That's not how Louis Vuitton works. Definitely not in Paris, and definitely not when I was there. Like, you make the appointment, the SA gets you on time. So them waiting for 45 minutes for the SA is absolutely bang out of order, and Big LV is wrong for that. And here it's really interesting because she says, the Louis Vuitton representative delayed my sister's appointment for over 45 minutes because she was helping another client who ultimately didn't purchase anything. We know because we watched the interaction. Of course, after my sister made a significant purchase, they were very apologetic for the wait and lack of customer service. By that time, it was clear what their true sentiments were. Okay, so this is a problem, you know. Big LV, honey, you are wrong for this. You made this reviewer's sister's appointment like late, but you didn't give them like good customer service, and you made them wait for 45 minutes for someone who didn't buy anything. So actually you lost money on that. When you could have been upselling this particular client and selling them, a lot of other things. This was wrong. I would be so upset if this was me, because I'd be like, I'm not waiting for 45 minutes when I have an appointment at a set time. It's possible that they saw them and thought that they weren't going to buy anything and judge them based on that. And this whole judgment of whether you're going to buy something or not is so wrong, and it is actually morally bankrupt, judging the person's ability to pay based on your impression of whether they're going to spend money or not. It's so wrong, and I don't agree with that. I hate waiting, I hate queues. I'm always on time to things pretty much. I really care about being on time. I would be really angry if I had to wait 45 minutes. The next dragging review is also from the Avenue Montaigne. The Avenue Montaigne boutique is being dragged by the Skull Honey so hard. Very poor customer service here. We were told the line would only take 10 to 15 minutes. We ended up waiting an hour and a half. We then got into the store. We sat down on the sofa only to wait again. After 20 minutes inside, without being served or purchasing anything, we left. We were very disappointed. I mean, my God, 1 hour and a half, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I mean, you were there for hours and hours and hours and hours. I mean, at this point, you were there for like 2 hours, just like hanging around in the boutique, and you haven't even bought anything. I think it's absolutely bang out of order. I would love to know what you guys think about that, but obviously I need to ask you to subscribe as well and to like this video and to hit all of my socials and follow me on everything. It's links below. I'd love to know what you think about these dragging stories so far. I was quite shocked by these dragging stories, because the reviews for this boutique are very bad. As I said, I never entered this boutique. However, I do think that shopping at Louis Vuitton in Paris requires you being very direct. I feel like Louis Vuitton is a very direct shopping experience in Paris. I feel like you really need to say, I want to buy this. I don't think you should be like, I want to look at bags. I think you should be like, I want to buy the Dauphine today. I want to buy the Capucine today. I want to buy a hat box or a luggage item today. I think you really need to say it quite clearly that you want to buy something today. The next dragging story is also from the Avenue Montaigne. I waited outside here for a long time, for about an hour. The staff were very rude. Once I was inside, the staff told me to be quick and go quickly upstairs. And even though I'm pregnant, because they were about to close, and she didn't even bother helping us check things that we were going to find. Funnily, they told us we have no t-shirts because it was autumn. That didn't make sense. I don't understand their point for treating clients like this. We ended up leaving, getting nothing because everything we asked for wasn't available. I mean, it probably was available. They just didn't want to serve her because it was closing time. We talked about this in the previous dragging story. I think if you want a good luxury shopping experience, don't go to any luxury brands boutique in Paris, in France, frankly, before closing time. Before closing time is 1 hour before the boutique closes. If the boutique closes at 7, don't go at 6. If it closes at 5, don't go at 4. You're just going to have better service, because I feel like some SAs and a lot of SAs just find it really annoying dealing with clients who come towards the end of the closing time. And we talked about this in the previous video as well. All right, so this one, which I thought was really interesting, that I wanted us to talk about as well, is this is, hold on, wait, what's this one here? I'm trying to just remember which boutique this was. Yeah, this is the Avenue Montaigne boutique as well. Okay, so here we go. I wanted to go to the store at 6:30 p.m. because we're staying at the Plaza Athénée. I was with my son, who's 2 years old. The security is super rude and don't speak English. I've noticed that about Louis Vuitton's security, the security at Louis Vuitton boutiques. They do not speak English, they just speak to you in French. In my case, I can respond in French, but if you're a tourist who doesn't speak French, like, it is kind of like, it can get awkward or weird because they don't speak English. They just approach you and they're like, talking to you in French, so other people could be like, like, what do I do? We waited for 10 minutes, they didn't come, they didn't let us in. I respect LV's attitude to safety, but Louis Vuitton must respect their customers. I'm quite shocked by that, because presumably they would even see if they're leaving the Plaza Athénée, because if you don't know, the Plaza Athénée is on the Avenue Montaigne, so it's so easy basically to access. Sorry, my phone's vibrating. It's so easy to access for people who want to do luxury shopping. So I'm quite shocked by this dragging story, because I'm like, wow, if clients are coming from the Plaza Athénée and they're being dragged on the Louis Vuitton, on the Avenue Montaigne, when both the hotel and the store are on the same street, that's going to get quite awkward. The next dragging story is, the final one is this one here from the Avenue Montaigne. Again, everything today was the Avenue Montaigne. The store is located on the very beautiful like Avenue de Montaigne, I beg your pardon, and inside it's super chic and beautiful. But as soon as you enter, the staff don't greet you or do anything. All they do is look at their phones. We were walking around for 15 minutes around the store, but there were no staff coming to help. So we asked this woman who was on her phone, but she said she couldn't help with bags, only jewelry. We should sit down and staff will come. We did what she said and waited for another 15 minutes. We got up again and asked another woman. She told another staff member to help us. I was very unsure, to help us get the bag that I wanted. I was very unsure about which size I should get. Instead of helping me, the staff just looked at her phone and only gave me short answers like yes or no. I understand they look up products, they look up information about products all the time, but I could see how the essay was just, hold on, wait, she says she could see how the essay was actually looking at something on Amazon instead of helping her. Oh my God, honey, big girl, big honey, what are you doing, girl? So I felt very disappointed, uncomfortable. So we left the boutique and we went to the one on the Champs-Elysees. For those of you who haven't been to Paris, the Avenue Montaigne is essentially at the if you're coming from the Arc de I was about to say the Arc de Triomphe, which is the Arc de Triomphe. If you're going from the Arc de Triomphe, okay, the Avenue Montaigne is literally at the bottom of the Champs-Elysees on your right hand side, basically. So you can walk it. You could easily walk from Louis Vuitton Avenue Montaigne to Louis Vuitton Champs-Elysees. I think a fast walker could walk it in 10-12 minutes. So it's very, very close. I felt, super disappointed. This is going to be my last visit at Louis Vuitton. For the future, I've decided to buy things online because this isn't the shopping experience I expect at a price category like this. Okay, first of all, I agree with this person. I feel for this person. But again, this is just a sign of the times that we live in today when it pertains to luxury shopping. The essay was bored, the essay was tired. I'm willing to bet money that this was a canvas bag. I'm willing to bet money it wasn't a leather bag like the Torillon leather bags from Louis Vuitton or the Epi leather bags. And it definitely wasn't an exotic bag. There's no way that the essay is gonna be on her phone looking at Amazon, honey. Okay, we all look at Amazon. We all look at things that we wanna buy from Amazon. There is no way this was a leather bag or an exotic bag. It was 100% a canvas bag, and I'm willing to bet money it was just like one of their popular canvas pieces, and the essay was just like, I'm tired, I don't want to sell this person this bags, I just don't care, because the commission that they get on it is completely nominal. Like, it's just such a tiny amount of money, so the essay probably didn't care. In light of the fact that the essay didn't care, what do you guys think about that dragging story? The fact that she was waiting, she wanted to buy a bag, and they basically just fobbed her off, and they were just like, okay, whatever. Now, I have kind of freaked everyone out about this store. Some of you have told me you've been to the Avenue Montaigne boutique and you had a great experience. I wasn't there, obviously, so I don't know. But I've heard about people who've had a bad experience at the Champs-Elysees boutique, and I had a good experience there. I think that the bad experiences here are a good example of also making sure that you communicate. Again, it's not, to be honest, Louis Vuitton is wrong in every single one of these stories, but I think sometimes like you need to make it quite clear to the essay what you're buying. Like, hey, I want to buy the Dauphine today. Or can you show me the leather Dauphine? I'm interested in purchasing it. I'd like to see some leather capucines today. Can you show them to me? Or I'd like to look at some hard-sided luggages today. Can you show them to me? I'd like to look at some of your fine jewelry. I want to try them on from the Idyll Blossom line. I feel like if you show also like the name of the line, you show that you have that knowledge like about the brand. And maybe I think that will get you some better service. So I would love to know what you guys think about all of these dragging stories. I will go to this boutique when I go to Paris because I didn't go last time. I want to go this time. I want to go see the tea and see what's popping, see what's lit. But I do really like shopping at the Champs-Elysees store because I had a good experience there. So I'll be back at the Champs-Elysees store. I like the Champs-Elysees boutique because it's the flagship boutique of Louis Vuitton. I think it's one of the only 2 Louis Vuitton boutiques in France, if I recall correctly, that have the title Maison. And the Champs-Elysees is one and the Place Vendôme is the other, if I recall correctly. So I think you do get that true Louis Vuitton flagship experience when you shop at the Champs-Elysees store. But I want to go into the Avenue Montaigne one this time around, and this is the famous one that has been dragged so hard in this video. So I'd love to know why people hate it so much and how bad the customer service is. So I'll definitely pop in there as well. My husband cannot handle bad customer service, so maybe I shouldn't go here with him. Maybe I'll just go with him to the Champs-Elysees one. So I'd love to know what you guys think about these dragging videos. How many dragging videos would you like to see during Vlogmas? I have so many coming up. I think you guys will really like them. So please consider subscribing. So many of you watch my videos, you don't subscribe. I hit 1 million views, like lifetime views on my channel a few days ago. What a blessing. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. But please subscribe, hit notifications, join my Facebook group, follow me on Instagram, follow my TikTok, and also join my newsletter. Everything is linked below so you know where to find me. I would love to know what you think about all of these dragging stories. Which is the worst story? Which is the one where the clients were wrong? Like I said, my biggest tip for shopping at Louis Vuitton, when you walk into Louis Vuitton, especially in France, state what you are going to buy when you speak to the greeter. Hello, I would like to buy the Capucine. That way, that will kind of give, I think you'll get better service. You'll definitely get offered drinks. If anyone says they're going to buy a Capucine, they're going to get offered a drink. It's going to happen, okay? If that kind of stuff is important to you, and then that will allow you to look at other things and kind of browse as well. Versus, I think, just walking in there and being like, hello, I want to see bags. I mean, I think they're just going to be like, oh God, this person just wants to buy like a Speedy or a Neverfull or something. Please make sure, and there's nothing wrong with those bags. We love those bags. They're great bags, but at the end of the day, they want you guys to buy leather and other things. So if you are willing to buy their leather goods, make sure that you let them know that you want to buy those things when you go shopping there. I'd love to know what you think about this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the beginning of Vlogmas on the 1st of December in my next video.